Hello, my name is Jamie Alexander, and I'm one of the co-founders of Learning Equality. I dedicated my PhD to studying how people learn, and I became fascinated by the potential of education technology to help foster effective learning. At the same time, I grew more and more frustrated because most of the innovation in EdTech relied heavily on the internet and wasn't reaching those who didn't have access. Folks like Jonathan, for example. Jonathan lives in a small town in the mountains of Guatemala. He was struggling in school, and like many of his classmates, falling far behind. His confidence was low, and he wasn't engaged in his learning. And his teacher didn't have the resources she needed to help him succeed. Luckily, an organization named Funcepa visited his school to see how they could help. They knew that online resources like Khan Academy could benefit students like Jonathan, but the school didn't have any internet. They asked the telecoms for help, but were told the area was too remote and mountainous. That's where Learning Equality came in. Funcepa installed our free software and content onto refurbished computers and set them up at schools around the country. Connecting to a local offline server, students now had a fast online-style experience with a huge library of educational videos and interactive exercises, with real-time feedback. Teachers could now monitor student progress in real time and intervene to help the students who were struggling. Jonathan made leaps and bounds in his learning, and his confidence went through the roof. The next time Funcepa visited his school, he yelled down at them from the balcony, "I am the king of subtraction!" Overall, spending just 1 or 2 hours per week using our software, students' scores in math went up by 10 points compared to those who didn't have the same access. Unfortunately, Jonathan's situation is not unique. 1 in 3 children and youth around the world are either not in school at all, or are in school but not achieving basic numeracy and literacy. And most education technology depends on reliable internet, but half of the world is still not online. That leaves over 400 million children who need new approaches in order to flourish. But the problem is so huge, so we're focused on designing solutions that are open, scalable, and sustainable. We built open source software that anyone can use for free. It can be adapted and extended to serve a wide range of needs. We bring together a huge wealth of free and open resources available in a variety of languages, academic and non-academic subject areas, and grade levels, focused on K through 12. We also work with partners to develop new content. All of this can be run on existing legacy hardware, like an old computer lab, or on new low-cost devices, like the Raspberry Pi and low-cost tablets. And it can all be used completely offline. But when there is some connectivity, we take advantage of that as well, to bring in updates and synchronize user data. We started this work 8 years ago, and we built up a diverse team of technologists, educators, and researchers. We've already reached over 6 million learners across over 200 countries and territories around the world. We're enabling organizations around the world to implement effective education technology in challenging learning environments. Our work has helped inmates obtain high school diplomas in the US, improved educator confidence in India, raised math scores in rural schools in Guatemala, and boosted learner confidence in Sierra Leone. When the pandemic hit and schools around the world closed, over 1 billion children were forced to stay home. And for hundreds of millions of them without reliable internet, there was no way for them to participate in distance learning. As we saw the inequities we've been working for years to combat begin to widen, we knew we needed to find a way to quickly adapt and better serve at-home learner needs to help guarantee continuity of learning for the most marginalized. We've reprioritized our product roadmap to focus on our offline Android app, which is now being deployed by our partners in several countries. We also created an array of guidance materials to support parents, caregivers, educators, and learners, and expanded partnerships to provide alternative distribution methods, such as zero-rated access via mobile network operators and using preloaded USB keys sent by mail. We do this work because we believe that education is a fundamental human right. And over the past decade, we've seen so much being invested into education technology, but it's not reaching those who need it most. Millions of children are waiting. So we're focused on building a coalition of partners, funders, and advocates to help drive this vision forward. I invite you to join us in building a more equitable future where everyone can flourish. Thank you.